Eyewitness account of a Max Miller show, 1948. By Arthur Davies, age 35. It was a chilly evening in Brighton, 1948, and the town was abuzz because the cheeky chappie himself, Max Miller, was performing at the Hippodrome. Max was already a national treasure, known for his flamboyant suits, quick wit, and a sense of humor that danced just on the edge of respectability. For a seaside lad like me, seeing him in person was a dream come true. The Hippodrome was packed to the rafters, and you could feel the excitement in the air. People of all ages were there, from young couples on dates to pensioners eager for a good laugh. The orchestra played a jaunty tune as the curtain rose, and there he was, Max Miller, strutting onto the stage in one of his famous brightly colored suits, this time a dazzling white number with a red carnation in his lapel. Before he even said a word, the audience was already laughing, just from his confident walk and cheeky grin. He launched into his act with the ease of a man who knew he owned the stage. His jokes came fast and sharp, filled with double entendres and a naughtiness that made you laugh and glance nervously at the person sitting next to you. Now, he teased the crowd, holding up his hands. I've got 2 books of jokes. One clean and one, well, the one I'm using tonight. The audience roared, knowing full well they were in for the cheekier material. Max had a way of connecting with the audience that was unlike anyone else. He'd pause in the middle of a joke to wink at someone in the front row or lean in conspiratorially as if he were letting us in on a secret. His timing was impeccable, and even when he flubbed a line, which he did, once or twice, he turned it into a joke that was even funnier than the one he'd been telling. A lot of his humor revolved around everyday life, poking fun at nosy neighbors, henpecked husbands, and larger-than-life characters he claimed to have met on his travels. I met a man the other day, he said, pausing to let the anticipation build. He was so tight with his money, he wouldn't even splash out on an umbrella. Just walked around in the rain, trying to get under other people's hat. He also performed a few of his trademark songs, including Mary from the Dairy, which had the whole audience singing along by the second chorus. His voice wasn't perfect, but it didn't matter, he was there to entertain, and every note was infused with his larger-than-life personality. The show ended with a story that had everyone doubled over with laughter, and as the curtain fell, the applause was deafening. Max returned for a quick bow, blowing kisses to the crowd before disappearing backstage. Walking out of the Hippodrome that night, I felt lighter than I had in months. Max Miller had a way of making you forget your troubles, even if just for an hour or two. His humor was cheeky but never cruel, and his talent for reading a room was unparalleled. That night, I saw why he was called the cheeky chappie and why he'll always be remembered as one of the greatest entertainers Britain has ever produced.